Okay, I said about cookies, right? Now I said session management can be done. So there are different ways of. So right. So session management or state management or session tracking. HTTP is a stateless protocol and it doesn't maintain the state, right? So this is what we have seen. So every request you send from the client to server is a new request. If a server doesn't remember that request is come from which client. So to make server remember the client, you are storing information about client. You identify, I mean server identify the client by storing the information about client within the browser. Okay. Now session is nothing but the information maintained from sign in to what? Sign out, right? So Django uses various approaches for session management or state management. One is the client side and one more is a server side. So when you're talking about client side session management, it is done by using what here? Cookies. I said what is a cookie is. So cookie contain information about what? Client. And cookie is created by server or view and send as a part of response to the client, right? So this is what we have seen. And there are two types of cookies. One is non-persistent cookies and one more is persistent cookies. What is a non-persistent cookies are exist until browser is open. So once the browser is closed, these cookies get what here? Deleted. So non-persistent cookies are stored inside a browser's memory and persistent cookies are stored inside hard disk or file system. Okay. Where persistent cookies are stored inside hard disk or the file system. Now how to create a cookie or modify the cookie by using set cookie. So browser send a cookie to the server or view function by storing inside a request object. And all the cookies are stored in the request object as one dictionary called cookies. And cookie is a dictionary which contain information about cookies sent by the browser, right? So request.cookies. Like this, you can read it. And how you are adding the cookie to the browser by using response. Response.setCookie is a method. Okay, setCookie is a method. This is for creating a cookie. If you want to create a cookie, you are trying to use a method called setCookie, right? So what will happen? Now see the previous example execution here. If you see the previous example execution process, it is like this. So what you're trying to do is, here you're trying to input the name. So you are trying to input the name. Say, assume that this is a browser. Okay, so the client send a request from the browser. So this is an execution flow here. So it's trying to send a request by giving two input. What is the input is giving? Name. So name is giving name. And after typing the name, send a request. Okay, right? After typing the name, send a request. So by just click on which button? Submit button. Okay, or anything. So here you are trying to input the name. So what is the name is? Some Naresh. And once you click on the submit button, the request is sent. So the request is sent to what here? Server. So the request is sent to the server. So server means at server side, what you have here, view. The request is sent to the view. Now here you have a view. So this is a view which is called as a view one. Okay, this is a view one which read the request. And what view one is doing, it is creating a cookie. How it is creating a cookie? By saying request dot. What is the name of the method? Set cookie. Okay, request dot set cookie, and there is a key. And what is the key is name and value is the name. But from where it is reading the name from request. So request dot get. So get dot. You are trying to read the value of name. So what is the key here? Name. So yeah, the name is read, and even you are reading, you are adding, you are creating a cookie with what here name. After creating a cookie with a name, you are saying response equal to render.
ଏ ପିଲା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ତ ବହୁତ ଡର ବହୁତ ଚୁଲୁ ଚୁଲୁ ହଉଛି।